What's up, guys? Welcome back to True Crime King, the best, the coolest reaction true crime channel out there. So, remember I did a video last week or 2 weeks ago on Stephen McDaniel. Um, that was just his TV interview. So I'm gonna do now is we're gonna watch that chapter's one of his videos. He did a couple, but one of his videos on the Stephen McDaniel tapes. So again, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm assuming he's gonna show us like him actually taping his camera and sticking it up in Lauren's window and stuff like that. So it's going to be a lot more in-depth than just his media interview. So hit that like and subscribe button, and let's go.
Lauren Giddings was a hard-working young woman who moved to Macon, Georgia from Baltimore, Maryland, after being
Shout out, Baltimore.
accepted into law school. She had hoped to become a defense attorney to give back to the community. In 2011, at age 27, she was only one test away from passing the state bar exam. On June 29, 2011, a friend called to Lauren's apartment. She hadn't been answering her phone, and she hadn't heard from her in a few days. She started becoming concerned because Lauren was someone who kept in contact with her friends pretty constantly. As the final exam was coming up, they thought she was just up to her gills in studying, but that wasn't the case. Outside Lauren's apartment, she called Lauren's sister to see if she had...
Yeah, see, Stephen lived in one, I don't know exactly which one Lauren lived in, but Stephen had a key to all these. He had like a master key, and he lived right next door to Lauren.
Had heard from her. No dice. She then let herself into the apartment after picking up the spare set of keys. All her stuff was still there, her purse, her phone, her keys. Her law books especially drew concern as they knew how hard she was studying. She wouldn't have left without them. It appeared that she had just vanished. The last night Lauren had been seen was at a bar. She was in good spirits. She gave no indication that she was going to go anywhere. She was a popular student, so when her friends reported her missing, it drew a lot of concern. The police began by investigating her apartment. It showed no signs of forced entry, no signs of struggle. However, when the police used luminol to see bodily fluids that couldn't be seen with the naked eye, the bathroom in Lauren's apartment revealed, well, a bloodbath. It was at this point that the police knew they were looking for a body, and that Lauren was most likely dead. Following the smell of...
Yeah, Steve dismembered her in the shower, in the bathtub. And then he threw her body, like all her different body parts, in random dumpsters across town.
death, the detectives were led to a trash can that was outside the apartment. Inside was the torso of a female. Just the torso. The police had actually gotten lucky by finding this. A garbage truck was due to pick it up that very day at that very time. It just couldn't get in because there was too many police cars outside Lauren's apartment. The torso was taken to the lab, where DNA tests positively identified it as that of Lauren Giddings, and word quickly spread.
Yeah, so while Stephen was doing his interview is when they found, the torso. So if you haven't seen that interview, go watch it on my channel. It's pretty crazy. You can see how he changes. It's just ridiculous.
Now we meet a guy by the name of Stephen McDaniel. He was also studying at Mercer University.
Look at that guy. Sexy, right?
His law school. He was 25 years old, from Atlanta. Stephen was reportedly considered a loner. He was obsessed with medieval chainmail, which he would sometimes wear to class, and he
Just like Koberger, he's awkward, not that good looking. So, you know, obviously, Lauren wouldn't have sex with this guy in under normal circumstances, and he was stalking her too. So, and just like Koberger, he killed her on the day before she was supposed to move. Because remember Kaylee was gonna move the next day. So
he rarely socialized. His apartment was almost bunker-like, with stockpiles of food and weapons. He was described by friends and former roommates as socially awkward and difficult to maintain a friendship with. Stephen, who focused on video games, zombie fantasies, and asking fellow students about committing the perfect murder, was regarded as pretty creepy by, well, generally everyone who met
yeah, I mean, just look at him.
him. In his application, he declared himself level-headed, down-to-earth, a dreamer and a thinker, a highly competitive personality. He noted his inner drive to win in any situation. Under the employment heading, Stephen jotted down that after earning a Mercer business degree the previous fall, he was babysitting his sister's kids while taking steps to publish his first novel. Right. The police found a 56-page manuscript in his apartment titled The Story of Trevere. A detective who read it described the story as a cross between Lord of the Rings and the Harry Potter series. It's impossible to know if the story is autobiographical, but the detective who read it recalled in his report that one of Stephen's ex-roommates had told how Stephen always tried to gain power over everybody he came in contact with by using his smarts. To lose control of oneself is dangerous, the story says. His high school also voted him most likely to be famous.
What? Most likely to? Well, I guess they were right? I mean, you could be famous in multiple ways, not just good, right? Obviously.
Well, they got that right. He said he aspired to be a federal judge, but wrote, despite having a thorough plan of what lies ahead, I am not an overly optimistic person. The school put him on the wait list. He eventually was enrolled and lived next door to Lauren Giddings. He asked her out a few times but got shot down. She tried to be friendly, but he gave her the creeps. She had reported before that she thought someone had tried to break into her apartment. He had started stalking Lauren. This is a video he took through her window.
Okay, look, this is it. He taped a camera to a stick, right? I mean, just imagine how creepy this would be.
Would eventually sneak into her apartment while she was asleep. When she woke, he pounced.
So he could stick this camera up, look in, and see if Lauren's sleeping, right? And then once he knows she's sleeping, he has a key, and then he can just walk up and go in. And that's what he did.
Strangling her on the floor. He dragged her to her bathtub and cut off her head, arms, and legs with a hacksaw. He was interviewed shortly after her torso was found, the one he wasn't expecting to be found so soon, as he thought the garbage truck would take it away. When the reporter tells him this, he shits himself.
Watch, yeah.
I mean, she's as nice as can be.
Now watch it. He's talking totally normal here, and then once the reporter says they found a body, watch how he changes.
I mean, very personable, very much a people person.
Do you know anybody any enemies she might have had, somebody that might want to hurt her?
No, we don't know where she is. I mean, the only thing we can think is that maybe she went out running and someone snatched her. I mean, the door was locked when everyone got here. I mean, we just don't know where she is.
What about in the parking lot area? I know they've been doing a lot of, I think that's where they have recovered the body or whatever they recovered from there.
Body?
Had you seen anything there?
Now he can't talk, right?
See anything there? I mean, we don't know if this is the same person. You know what I mean? Like, they took out a body there earlier. We don't know if it's the same person or not. So that's how we're trying to ask people if they know who lived there. Are you okay, sir?
I think I need to sit down.
Okay. Go ahead.
because he knows, and he's the only one that knows. He put her there. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't think she was going to be found. He thought that the garbage truck, had already taken it away.
I don't know anyone that would want to hurt her. She was as nice a person as there is.
I'm so sorry. I'm only crying because I know I'm going to jail for the rest of my life. Shut up.
She...
What's going on in your mind right now? Like, what are you thinking?
My life's over. I'm a dumbass.
Why would anyone do this?
He appears to be just very upset that a body's been found, but in reality, he knows he's done for. Still searching for her other limbs, the police return to the scene of the crime with a cadaver dog. The dog leads them to the maintenance room. It brings the police to a hacksaw. They found the murder weapon right there in the maintenance room. Why he didn't get rid of it, we don't know. They then begin to...
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna commit a murder and you leave the fucking murder weapon right next to where you killed her, I mean, you're stupid, right?
to close in on Stephen McDaniel.
They don't catch the smart ones, you know?
They interviewed him as he was a neighbor, and they thought he was a bit strange. He admitted that he broke into her apartment before, and he was arrested for burglary and becomes suspect number 1.
And then he admits he broke into her apartment before. Like, who does that? Why would you admit that, you know? I mean, why would you kill somebody? But...
As police searched his apartment, he became deranged. He gulped down 10 bottles of water. Police in their notes recalled that he was pale and zombie-like, and he refused a polygraph. They then found a master key to the apartment building.
Well, you know, polygraph, they can't be used in court. They're just police tricks, you know. Police can lie to you. Even if you pass the polygraph, they can lie and say you failed it. I mean, they can use all kinds of tricks. So, yeah, even if you're innocent, I would never take a polygraph if they asked me, even if I was innocent, because they'll just say you failed, you know, just trying to, you know, get you to say something.
On his computers, internet searches for when Macon's garbage trucks picked up trash, and how to disable a burglar bar on a doorknob. They also find packaging that matched the murder weapon, and that's when they discover this footage.
Okay, yeah. Once they find this footage of him sticking a camera on a stick and spying in her window, I mean, he's done, right? I mean, this is what a fucking stalker does. I mean, this is fucking stalking, you know?
They also found a pair of Lauren's panties in Stephen's apartment, and several blog posts he had written describing torture and violence against women. His interrogation tapes are just as weird as hell, too.
Yeah, watch it. He just sits there and it literally doesn't move for like hours.
Definite serial killer material.
When's the last time you seen her?
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Was you friends with Lauren?
Yes.
Look at me and talk me, son. Okay? Was you friends with her?
Yes.
Who do you think took Lauren away?
I don't know.
Well, I need your help. I mean, earlier
Listen to his monotone voice. I don't know. Yes.
today, me and you sit here and talk normal. What's going on with you now? Why are you acting like this? I need to know. Why all of a sudden you're acting like this?
I don't understand.
Okay.
And yeah, see how he's sitting right now? There's the whole interview. He sits like that the whole time. He doesn't move.
Earlier today, we sat here and talked. now you're acting like you don't know what's going on.
And just like Koberger, he was studying some kind of criminal crap too. And they both fucked it up.
I mean, did something happen or something to you? I mean, why are you shutting down? Why are you not talking to me?
What a fucking creep, right?
I don't know.
You don't know? Are you scared?
No.
If you know something, because I need to know. Because her family's down here. Want to know what happened to her.
I don't know.
I don't
You
know.
don't know.
No.
That's what you want me to tell her mother and her father. Is that you don't know.
I don't know.
Not that you're sorry that she's missing. Not that you've been trying to help me all day find her, but you just wanted me to tell her I don't know.
I don't know.
Are you a sorry piece of shit that you want me to tell her that? You sure stood out there and ran your mouth to the news media.
Yeah, you know.
But now you're going to get out here and you don't fucking know. You know. You're just a sorry piece of shit.
See, I like it. That's how detectives need to be, right? That's how everybody needs to be, in my opinion. You just...
That don't give a fuck. Right?
No.
Where's Lauren?
I don't know.
Yes, you do know. You do know. You do know. You know.
Well, he probably doesn't know anymore because he put her arms and legs and head in all different dumpsters. So actually, he really doesn't know anymore. You know, they're at the fucking dump somewhere now.
You know. You do know. What you do, buddy?
Oh, I like this guy. I like this detective. I mean, I've seen this years ago, but you know.
I didn't do anything.
What'd you do to Lauren?
I didn't do anything.
So you telling me, see that pretty girl right there?
Yes.
You telling me you looked at a pretty girl like that and you never once thought, ever, man, she looks good. You never thought that?
I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, I don't married, not. If you're a man, right, and you see a good-looking woman, in your head at least, you're gonna be thinking, that's a good-looking girl, right? If you're heterosexual, right? So it would be abnormal or a lie if he says he didn't think that, right? But it's really a trap by the detective to ask that question because, you know, if he says yes, he's fucked. If he doesn't say it, he's fucked. So, but he killed her, so I don't care. I mean, he deserves everything he's gonna get.
Stephen, you gonna look at this right here, this little girl right here, and you're gonna say you don't know? I know you know.
I don't know.
Yes, you know. What are you gonna say tomorrow when I say we got your hair with the body? What are you gonna say to me then? Because you know, like I go like that. Look at my hair. That's how easy it falls out. Look at all that on your head. You don't think nothing fell out? It did. You remember moving the body?
He's got a fucking mop on his head, you know.
No.
Yes, you do, Stephen.
With the evidence being overwhelming, he confesses to police and tells them everything that happened that night. He wanted to make her disappear. He disposed of the rest of her body in the dumpster across the street, which had already been picked up before they discovered she was missing. After being arrested and held in police custody for 10 months...
And see, look at him. He's still not moving at all, right?
Stephen confessed to the murder and pleaded guilty on April 21st, 2012. He received a sentence of life in prison. However, at one point, he nearly walked free. The indictment that launched the court case contended that Stephen McDaniel killed Lauren in a manner including decapitation of said victim. By including that phrase, prosecutors alleged that Lauren was alive when her head was severed, a fact they would have to prove at trial. Had the case gone to trial using that first indictment, Stephen's lawyers could have won the case without calling a single witness or presenting a shred of evidence. If no evidence of Lauren being alive during the decapitation was presented, the judge may have set Stephen free, as they could have argued he didn't kill her, he just cut off the head of her dead body.
Wow. Well, he should have pleaded not guilty, you fucking clown. Right?
Luckily, the prosecutors...
I mean, if the best you can get is, if the best deal you can get is life in prison, right? You might as well plead not guilty, right? I mean, to take your chances. What's the worst thing that can happen? You get the death penalty? If you're going to spend the rest of your life in jail, you might as well be dead anyway, right?
Filed a new indictment. It didn't mention decapitation. Close call. So he was sent to do life in prison. The case never went to trial as he pled guilty. Police believe he was a serial killer in the making. They just got him on the first one. Thankfully, but tragically, I guess you could say.
Alright, guys. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. I'll see you in the next one. True Crime King, out.